everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope this video finds you in the best of moods. I'm super excited about today's video. It is the first in a series of videos that I am calling the Budget Stylist. And what that means is I'm going to show you how to achieve your favorite designer look at a fraction of the cost. I know there's so much pressure out there to constantly be keeping up with the trends, and by the time one thing's hot, something else comes out 6 months later, and you're spending so much money on all of these designer items. So I'm going to show you how to get that perfect designer look at, like I said, a fraction of the cost. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today for the union of Lena Nori and her YouTube channel. Lena Nori, do you promise to be as real and authentic and unfiltered like your normal self as possible? I do. Now that the ceremony's over, let's get back to the video. So I always told myself if I had a YouTube channel, what is it that I would want to see? And I know that girls feel so much pressure, and even guys, to keep up with the trends and wear what their favorite bloggers are wearing or their favorite celebrities. So I know it can be a huge drag and it can be a huge burden on your finances. So I've always looked for alternatives. I don't always buy the designer item. I do love my designer goods, but if it's something that I truly love and I want to have in my closet, I will go buy it. But before I buy it, I ask myself two important questions. Number one, I ask myself, is this a trend or is it a staple? That's the most important question to ask yourself, because you want to know if what you're buying is going to last a couple months, a season, a year, 2 years, 3 years, because even spending a couple $100s or a couple $1,000s on an item that's not even going to last that long. I mean, realistically, how many times are you going to wear a specific pair of shoes or a specific bag in the year? If you have multiple items in your closet, likely you're not going to wear it more than a couple times a month. So it's a huge investment to make, and that money can be spent on a trip, put it into your savings, on an investment. There's so many other things you could spend your money on instead of a pair of shoes which touch the dirty ground. The main reason why I ask myself, is this item going to be a trend or a staple, is that I always resell my items. Now that's a whole different video I'm going to get into down the line. I believe it's like 10 videos in. I have a whole timeline of things that I'm doing. But that video is going to be focused on how to resell your designer items. And I don't mean through a consignor, I mean selling it yourself. But like I said, I don't like to make any investment in shoes or purses or clothes unless there's some silver lining and I can get some of my money back in the future, because I take that money when I resell my items and guess what? Buy new items! Why would I want to spend $1,380 on these shoes, even though they're absolutely gorgeous and I've been obsessed with them for years, when there's a perfectly great alternative, which I happen to actually like better than the Chloe Susanna boot, and it is $268 at Nordstrom's. And when I first bought these babies, they were actually sold out in the stores, and they just came back online just in time for fall fashion 2017. And for those of you guys who are wondering why we're talking about fall fashion when it's still summer, all of the fall fashion trends come out a season ahead. So even though we're enjoying this gorgeous weather wherever you live, I live in sunny Los Angeles and it's 105 degrees outside, so you would think, why are we even talking about boots? But if you want to get on top of the trends and you want to buy stuff while they still have them in stock and have tons of different options, you definitely want to start looking a season ahead, which is what I did. Well, actually, I looked 2 seasons ahead. I bought these several months ago and there was only one size left. I found them online at Nordstroms.com and I wasn't sure how they would fit or how they would look in person. So I called the local store, had a gentleman put them on hold for me, and I went and I tried them on and I fell in love. The department store actually had both options and I tried them both on side by side, and I definitely still liked the Mercer Edit CALLBACK2 bootie, not just because it is about $1,200 cheaper with tax, but because I just like the style better. And listen guys, $1,200, $1,200. That is such a massive difference between both of these shoes. That brings me to my next point. Even though it is not fall yet, these shoes are so versatile. You can wear a studded bootie all year long, not just for fall and winter, but you can also wear them in spring and in summer. I've worn these shoes in a recent blog post where I was wearing a pair of black fitted. They're kind of like, I can't explain it. It's not leather. It's more of like I love how I'm doing this. I have no idea what that is, but it's more of like a sheen, and it's not pleather and it's not leather. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love them. I wore it with a super cute off-the-shoulder top, and it has like those ruffle sleeves that are in right now, and polka dots. I would never wear polka dots, and a lot of people ask me first and foremost where my shoes are from. And it's crazy because more than any pair of shoes I own, I get more compliments and more questions about these shoes. You can also dress studded booties down. You can wear them with ripped jeans and a t-shirt. I've even worn them with shorts and an off-the-shoulder shirt. A lot of your favorite bloggers wore these to Coachella as well. There's just so many different ways you can wear them. I'm gonna give you my honest thought on each of the shoes. Just because I purchased the Mercer Edit Callback 2 doesn't mean you have to. I literally was obsessing over these shoes for years. When I originally went to the department store several years back, I believe it was the second season that these shoes had come out for fall. I wanted them so badly. I had called the store the first season they came out and they were completely sold out. So fast forward a year later, I saw these back online and I was like, I really have to see these shoes in person. If I'm gonna make that large of an investment, I wanna make sure they're comfortable, it's something that I like. When I went to the store, I tried them on and I absolutely fell in love. I mean, they're gorgeous, take a look. They have gorgeous studded work all the way through. It kind of looks like a constellation, I believe. And it has a narrow tip and it's not too narrow, which for those of you like me that have wider feet, when I mean wide, I mean wide. Okay, they're not that wide, but I have wider feet. They're super comfortable. They're not really tight over here. I'm not gonna lie. The number one thing I didn't like about these shoes is the 3 buckles. I feel like there's way too much hardware going on. I'm also not a huge fan of silver, so that could be what it is. I went in originally looking for the gold. It's more of like a muted gold, so it's not like a super bright gold, but they didn't have it in stock. They only had the silver. So I love the buckles. I just feel like they didn't have these like extra little tabs right here. I even considered getting them and cutting them off, which I know sounds ridiculous, but it's actually something I'd considered. So this is the only thing I would say I didn't really like about the shoe, but everything else I love. It's super comfortable. I mean, they're so flexible, so they're not gonna be super stiff. You're not gonna get blisters on the back. And it has a 1.5-inch heel, which I really liked. So if I were to say there's one thing that I liked more about this boot versus the Mercer Edit Callback 2 is the fact that it's an 1.5-inch heel versus a 1-inch heel. And a 1/2 inch goes a long way, especially for those of you girls out there that want to look a little bit taller, or even when the boot kind of like arches up, it gives you like a better looking calf. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it does. So when you have like a higher arch, your legs just look better, you feel better, you feel a 1/2 inch taller. So anyways, back to the shoe. It's an 1.5 inches high, which I love. And it's not too high, so you can wear it daytime and night. Like I said, a lot of the bloggers wore this to Coachella, and it gives you that perfect little bump. I do like the fact that they have that one concealed zipper. It's on the inside of your leg, so you don't always see it. I also love this little silver lining all the way through. And my girlfriend Bianca has had these shoes for years, so if you're wondering why it's kind of worn in, I actually like that look. I like it better when it's worn in versus like super stiff. So thank you, Bianca, once again for letting me borrow your shoes. I love the fact that I can have them both here for you side by side, which is what I'm gonna do next. I wanna show you both of the shoes side by side, just so you can kind of get, gotta make sure I get the right foot. Is this the right foot? Yeah, okay. So as you can see, the Mercer Edit Callback 2 booties are a tad bit more narrow, and then they widen out to about the same. They're still super comfortable. I didn't have any problems with my toes. I am a size 39, however, and I believe Bianca's Chloe Susanna boot is a 37.5, so it is a tad bit smaller of a shoe. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the side-by-side comparison. And then for the zippers, the Mercer Edit Callback 2 has 2 zippers, which I'll get right into when I do its own separate review. I just wanted to show you guys a side-by-side. You can also take a look at the constellation work. And then, as I said, the heels. There is about a 1/2 inch difference in the heel, as I stated earlier. The Mercer Edit Callback 2 is a 1-inch heel versus the Chloe Susanna boot, which is an 1.5 inches. So obviously, if you like that extra 1/2 inch, the Chloe Susanna boot is the one for you. But then again, there is a $1,200 price difference, and 1/2 inch is not worth $1,200 for me, so I definitely went with these shoes. I'm gonna go straight into my review of the Mercer Edit Callback 2 studded bootie. They are absolutely gorgeous, worth every penny. And I mean that. When I say every penny, they are worth every penny. They are $268 at Nordstrom.com. I believe with tax, you're looking at a little bit less than $300. $300 is still not cheap. That's still a couple $100s that you're spending out of pocket. But for these shoes with this quality and this workmanship, it's 100% worth it. I am aiming when I do these budget stylist videos to try to find items on the lower end of either $100 and less or between $100 to $200. These go a tad bit over, but if you look at the quality of the leather and the studded work, it is 100% worth it. Plus, it's gonna last you years. As you can see, they have the Constellation studded work similar to the Chloe Susanna boot, and it goes all the way up to the top, and I love how it has like the lining on the top. That's something that this Chloe Susanna boot doesn't have. And then when you turn the shoe, there's actually 2 zippers, not just one. There's one on the inner part of the leg, and then one on the outer. And I did check out the reviews of these shoes online before I bought them, and everyone said they're super comfortable. I didn't hear any complaints, and I've worn them a dozen times myself. They're super comfortable, and I'm probably gonna wear them at least another couple dozen times because, like I said, they're super versatile. You can wear them all year long. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these beauties back right down here, and we're gonna get into my outfit details because the #1 question I always get on my Instagram posts is, what color is your lipstick and what are you wearing? So I'm gonna go ahead and include the link to all of that below, and I'm also gonna let you know here. So basically, this dress is from ASOS. I love ASOS. I did not get paid to say that. This dress was not given to me for free for an endorsement. I actually bought this dress, and ironically, it is mint green. For those of you that have been on my Instagram, you know that I wear nothing but black leather studs, ripped jeans, and some more black. Sometimes lace, but even the lace is black. And not only is it mint green, but there's tons of floral details. I think there's like a hummingbird on this somewhere. I'm not sure where it is, but there's like butterflies. Well, the hummingbird somewhere. I don't know where it went. I don't know if it was just in my head, but there was a hummingbird, I swear. So it's good to wear a lot of color. This dress is in a size small. They do still have it online. I just checked a few days ago. And on to my lipstick. That's literally the #1 question I get on my Snapchat, on my Instagram is, what's your lip combo? So I'm actually wearing Huda Beauty in Trophy Wife. It is a lip liner followed by the liquid lipstick. I think I mixed a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a liquid lipstick. It looks more of like a magenta, just to kind of give like a fuller look to it. But those are my go-to colors. Usually I wear the Huda Beauty lip liner just with some Eucerin. In addition to the link to this dress and my lip combo, I'm gonna include the link to both of these shoes below. You can find them both at Nordstrom's. I love Nordstrom's. They have the best shipping and return policy. That doesn't mean you can wear them out and then go return them, but it does mean you can try them on and see how they fit, and you can just ship them right back because I am lazy and I love to online shop. So hopefully you found my reviews super helpful. Let me know which pair of shoes you would buy. If you want the Chloe Susanna boot, buy it. But buy it because you want to buy it. I personally love these shoes. If I were to do a blind test, you know how you watch those like Suave commercials or like those deodorant commercials and they show you like the more expensive shampoo versus like the cheaper shampoo, and they have the girls do like the test and they're like, oh my god, I had no idea it was Suave. If I were to do a blind test, I would definitely pick, well not blind, I would need to see the shoes. Blind in the sense that I didn't know which designer was which and which one was a $1,400 option and which one was a $268 option. I would definitely go with these shoes. So I have a series of the budget stylist videos coming your way. I actually already have 2 or 3 items already lined up. Hopefully I'll have time in the next few weeks to film those for you. But like I said, this channel is for you guys, so please comment your suggestions below. Let me know anything you'd like to see, or if you have any constructive criticism, just be aware. I'm very sensitive. She didn't like my video. They didn't give me a like. She didn't follow me. Just kidding. Compose yourself, Nina. Compose. Composure. Positive thinking. Positive. Are my fingers even the same? Oh my god, that's the wrong finger. Just kidding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It really, like I said, does mean the world to me. I'm excited to share my videos with you, so please make sure to subscribe below. I'll see you soon.